Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a city of Jamestown man is facing charges following an hour-long chase. We'll have details on that coming up.
Plus, jury selection in the Nayla Hodnett murder trial is finished. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is here with a first look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and happy Wednesday. It's another day, but the weather is not changing. Here's a live look from the Mill Creek Mall. Nothing but blue sky out there today, and that is going to be the case throughout the day today and really for the next several days. It's basically rinse and repeat weather. So if you liked it, we've got more of it on the way. First Defense Doppler with the radar imagery and the satellite imagery showing absolutely nothing, and it's going to remain that way through the next couple of days. So the radar is getting a nice break today, or should I say over the next couple of days. So really, this forecast panel almost looks the same from yesterday, but trust me, it is updated. Rinse and repeat weather, so enjoy every minute of this. Lots of sunshine, maybe a few high clouds, maybe 40,000 feet up in the sky, but that's about it. 67 to 75, east wind 5 to 10. More of this is on the way. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. Back to you, Justin.
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you very much. Our top story, a city of Jamestown man is facing a number of charges after Jamestown police say he ran from officers as they were attempting to pull him over yesterday afternoon. Police report that 39-year-old Larry Hicks, you see here, was driving in the area of Arnold and Maple Streets near UPMC Chautauqua Hospital around 3:40 in the afternoon when police attempted to stop him. Hicks allegedly took off in his gray BMW, leading officers from Jamestown into the Frewsburg area and then eventually into Pennsylvania. Police say the pursuit ran into Russell and Sugar Grove before heading back north into New York State. Officers from the Lakewood-Bustye Police Department and Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office at that point joined in on the pursuit. Spike strips were deployed by Lakewood-Bustye Police, and Hicks eventually came to a stop on Big Tree Road near Cowing Road in the town of Bustye. Now, police say Hicks was taken into custody and taken to Jamestown City Jail to await arraignment in the case. He faces several charges, and he was also arrested on a parole violation.
The jury selection in the Nayla Hodnett murder trial was completed this morning in Chautauqua County Court. A court clerk tells WNY News Now that 12 jurors and 4 alternates were selected. Arguments in the trial are scheduled to begin tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. 35-year-old Tyler Cash Perez, you see here, was indicted by a grand jury back in March, and bail was set at $500,000 cash or $1 million property by Judge Stephen Cass. M. William Bowler, a judge from Buffalo, will be presiding during the trial. Now, Chautauqua County First Assistant District Attorney Michael Flaherty will represent the District Attorney's Office, while Chautauqua County Public Defender Ned Barone will represent Perez. All of our trial coverage can be found on WNYNewsNow.com, and you can also download our WNY News Now mobile app to stay up to date during the trial.
In New York State, health officials aren't wasting any time when it comes to banning e-cigarettes. A vote was taken Tuesday to carry out Governor Andrew Cuomo's executive action to ban sales of most flavored e-cigarettes. The ban would stand for 90 days as a piece of emergency legislation. It would need to be renewed to continue after that. The only 2 flavors customers will be able to buy now are tobacco and menthol. New York State Health Commissioner Dr. Howard Zucker says that health officials will take a closer look at menthol to decide if it should be banned as well. Zucker presented data to the council that showed New York State high school students' use of tobacco products rose 160% from 2014 to 2018. Zucker said as of September 2014, there are 74 confirmed cases of people who have serious lung illnesses after vaping in New York State. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, around the United States, 7 deaths have been linked to vaping-related illnesses.
And officials from all levels of government answered questions from nearly a dozen citizens during an Ask Us event last night at Dow Park on East 6th Street here in the city of Jamestown. Community member Doug Champ, who has spoken at numerous city council meetings in the past, says that events such as Ask Us are crucial towards creating a, quote, personal connection between citizens and elected officials and politicians.
I think it's important for citizens to have a personal connection with who they're going to vote for. And although I'm active in a lot of different things, I always try to show up at something like this to see who's here and kind of listen to what that message might be.
And for more on the event, please visit our website at WNYNewsNow.com. You can also see full coverage there, Justin, of the event by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Norm Rodriguez contributed to the report.
Yeah, so certainly great job there by Norm. A lot of conversations happening last night, and that's something that I think a lot of people are having, not just now, months ago, and on into this fall election as well.
Absolutely.
Happy Wednesday to all of you. Thanks so much for tuning in here on WNY News Now. Ruthie chiming in, she says, don't they have to be 21 to buy them just like cigarettes? And certainly it seems like a lot of, at this point, there is no specific age regulation, but either way, health officials were saying that when it came to products, many stores have a 21 limit on them already, but when it comes to this ban of e-cigarette products, they say that this kids can get them other ways as well, and that's one reason why they want that complete ban. So we'll see what happens coming over the next couple of months here as they continue to sort this issue out, and it seems like when it comes to something like that, Matt, there's still no clear facts as to time-wise of how these people are getting sick from these e-cigarettes. A lot of places argue that it is the black market type things where they're mixed in with different addages to them. But there just hasn't been enough time for health officials to run surveys and studies, so certainly interesting to see what happens. Mark, good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for tuning in here. Rory, great to see you on the broadcast. Hope you're doing well. Good afternoon to David. Jason is here. Michael has joined us as well. And Joanna joining us, talking about yesterday's high-speed chase. And let me tell you, it certainly was crazy. Michael, to answer your question, a BMW is what the man was driving, police tell us. And certainly that chase, starting here in Jamestown, heading through portions of Pennsylvania, and then back towards the city here, heading towards Lakewood. So certainly a great picture by Brian, one of our viewers, who was kind of keeping in the know with that yesterday. So it was certainly something to listen to. I was listening to it here on the scanner and following it along. And thank you to the brave policemen and women out there who went after this suspect and really kept everyone safe, because anytime you hear of a police chase, the danger is extreme.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to that late in the afternoon, early evening, when a lot of people are coming home from work, school children maybe just getting off the bus at that time. So certainly, something to keep an eye out. Lakeith, hello to you. Max, good to see you here. Pam as well has joined us. So certainly, we all appreciate you. Renee, good afternoon. And Karen says, great reporting. We appreciate that, as always, Karen. Coming up, more news to tell you about how Senate Democrats are protesting inaction on gun legislation. What does that mean for us here in Jamestown?
But first, the CDC, they have good news regarding the measles. Dakota.
And we will take a look at where we were yesterday. 72 was the high, 53 was the low this morning. And again, that's not too far off from where we should be this time of the year. But the temperatures go up, 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 up through the remainder of the week. We'll talk about it in a few minutes as WNY News Now continues, so stay with us.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
I've walked my talk. I've brought officials to meet the community. It should be a government by the people, for the people. I've stood alone to represent the citizens of the city for transparency, accountability, and fiscal responsibility. My values haven't changed. I stand for you. Vote November 5th. Liuzzo for mayor.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
And happening now, for the first time in 11 months, no new cases of the measles were reported. That's according to the health officials at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. 1,241 cases have been reported this year, and that's the most since 1992 here in the U.S. Now, the current epidemic centered around New York and Brooklyn, and most of the cases were among people who weren't vaccinated against measles.
Well, Democrats are dominating the Senate floor, and they were out in full force on Tuesday night. According to The Hill, more than 20 senators are expected to speak, part of a marathon effort to protest the Senate's inaction on gun control. Legislator, and now this in the wake of recent mass shootings in California, Ohio, and Texas, as President Trump tries to come to an agreement with senators on gun legislation. Now, one of those senators to speak Tuesday was New York's Christian Gillibrand, who gave a fiery speech.
I'd like you to look up, because I have to say, this is something all of us should be caring about, especially from Arizona, where my dear friend Gabby Giffords was shot for doing her job, where a young girl showed up at a Congress in her corner to meet her congresswoman and died. It's not okay. The time for turning a blind eye is over.
Now, Democrats are trying to build pressure on the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. They began speaking on the floor around 5 o'clock last night. The Senate then adjourned before 10:20 p.m. That's quite a while.
Off-label medications for kids are raising some concerns. A new study published in the journal Pediatrics found that off-label medication orders are on the rise for children. That means kids are being prescribed medication for conditions that are not approved by the Food and Drug Administration. The study found that doctors prescribed off-label drugs for children in almost 1 out of every 5 office visits. Conditions treated include respiratory infections, asthma, and mental health illnesses. And it is legal to prescribe off-label drugs, but there's always a risk for harmful side effects, especially since they haven't been tested extensively for use in children.
Well, the dog days of summer seem to finally start to wind down, making way for porch season. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaithner shares some fun fall fitness activities that will make us all want to head outside.
As we begin to head into cooler months, it's time to leave the comfort of your air conditioning and enjoy all that autumn has to offer. Take a hike, find a new trail, and take the family exploring. You don't have to worry about getting overheated, and seeing all the gorgeous autumn foliage is a bonus. Head out on a bike ride. Fall is the perfect time to put in some miles on your bike. And like hiking, it's a good way to enjoy the changing colors in the trees. Go apple picking. Not only are you logging the steps, but at the end you will have some delicious fresh fruit you picked. Hit a neighborhood festival. This is another great low-impact activity perfect for families or solo. Plus, you'll get a chance to learn about local businesses and mingle with your neighbors. Participate in some flag football. Don't just spend these months on your couch yelling at your TV. Go outside and practice your best touchdown dance. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. Now, another event to check out is the Bust Eye Apple Festival, which Matt runs Sunday, September 29th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You certainly know it's fall when the apples are falling off the trees, and it's really, really nice. I think one of the beautiful things that I completely love about living here in Western New York is the seasons, the transition specifically from summer to fall. I think is one of the best ones. Really.
Oh, absolutely.
Very rejuvenating,
I mean, I don't know if that's the right word, but
You don't think so? I think it's rejuvenating. It's a nice. It's like I always feel like it's always fresh. In the morning you got that fresh, cool air coming in, and then it gets hotter during the day. Like that's nice.
Till you get some snow dumped on you.
Well, that's the season I don't like. Like if we could go from fall to like spring, and then just have spring forever, and then summer, that'd be fine by me. But probably hit a couple states south. We'll hit that.
Absolutely.
So, but nevertheless, it is good to have that. And then the snow, it's nice. Every now and then. Hello to Cindy. Good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Jesse, good to see you, sir. Joseph, Tony has joined us as well. Michael is here. Hopefully you all are having a good Wednesday. Happy hump day out there. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with a live look at our First Defense weather forecast and a first peek at our weekend. It looks like it's going to be pretty sunny for the next couple of days.
And later on, details on the Faulkner Central School fundraiser as News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story, a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Welcome back, and fabulous weather indeed. Here's a live look from the Sky Vision camera that's situated on top of the DoubleTree Hotel downtown. Nothing but blue sky. And it's basically just a rinse and repeat weather. The temperature currently 68, but look at this dew point of 48. That is very dry. So when we have dry air, that means it can't rain. I mean, it cannot rain when the air is dry. That's just the way science works. Here we go with the school bus stop forecast for basically for the kids coming home today. 65 to 74, a blue clear sky, like in the words of George Strait. No sweaters needed, so if you had them this morning, you can tell the kids to ditch them. They're not going to need them when they're coming home today. Off to school again, another chilly morning, 47 to 57, so maybe sweaters. Again, it's going to be sweaters morning, sweaters off kind of thing as we go through the next couple of days. Weather headlines, once again, they're simple. We're living in a photocopier, and if you're anything less than 30 years old, or you don't live in the Stone Age like me, you probably have no idea what a photocopier is, but that's what we're living in. 40s again, basically for the valleys again, for lows again this morning. Some morning fog definitely possible once again, and summer is ending on a very warm note. Again, Monday is the official start of fall, but boy, this is going to be a great way to send out summer, because look at this, 73 today, 75 Thursday, not too far off from average. Average is around 72 degrees, and look at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we spike up into the mid to upper 70s. Some spots may flirt with 80 as we go through the weekend. So it's going to be a great way to end the official end of summer. We have, of course, Jamestown. Their next football game is this Friday in Buffalo. It's versus versus Olmsted. So if you're going out to Buffalo, clear skies, 76. down to 70 by the time the game enters the fourth quarter at 9 o'clock. So go Red Raiders, and it's going to be a nice night for football. High pressure ridge set up across the Northeast. As I told you yesterday, this is not going anywhere. And as long as we have high pressure parked over the area, that means the weather is not changing. High pressure is your fair weather pal, because that means we have great weather overhead. Quick check on the tropics here. The tropics are getting active now since we're in the peak of hurricane season. This is when the tropics really become active. We, of course, have Umberto down here, which we talked about. This is now a Category 3 hurricane, a major hurricane. This is going to curve. This is going to pass close to Bermuda, so there'll be some impacts there, but no impacts to the U.S. mainland from that. This actually was very interesting. We had Imelda that formed yesterday. It formed just like that, and it made landfall within a couple hours in Texas. This is mainly going to be a big, heavy rain threat down here for the Texas Gulf Coast from Houston. This is mainly going to be a flash flooding rain threat, not so much a wind threat there. It's now weakened to a tropical depression. And we now have Tropical Storm Jerry down here as well. This is what we were showing you yesterday. And this is now a tropical storm with 50-mile-per-hour winds. This looks like the current guidance curves this thing back out into the Atlantic, which is good news. So, again, we'll keep our eyes on this to see if that track changes. But right now, it doesn't look like no impacts to the Bahamas, to Puerto Rico, or to the U.S. It looks like it's going to curve out to land right now. So temperatures this afternoon, once you get near the immediate Lake Erie waterfront, maybe lower 70s, but everybody else, upper 70s. It's carbon copy weather. Almost the exact same kind of weather we had over the past couple of days. Eastward here, maybe lower 70s here, maybe Warren may top out at 70 degrees, soaking up the sun like Sarah Crow, or like Sheryl Crow, because it's not going to last. Next 7 days of your life are coming up right now. 75 tomorrow, 78 on Friday. Again, no chance of rain with the air so dry. It just cannot rain when the air is so dry. And again, the message, there is only 1 day of rain in the forecast, and that's Monday. We took the rain out on Sunday. It looks like Sunday night into Monday. But then Tuesday, dry with temperatures lower 70s. Sports is next. Don't go away.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. In college sports action, the JCC Jayhawks men's and women's soccer teams will have games this afternoon. The women's game will be against Finger Lakes Community College at home at 2 o'clock. The men's team will also be hosting Finger Lakes Community College with their game starting at 4 o'clock. In the field of high school soccer, both the JV and varsity Jamestown Red Raiders boys soccer teams will have games tonight hosting the Williamsville North Spartans. The JV game will start at 5:30 and the varsities will be at 7:30. Felipe Vasquez, the closing pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, was placed on the commissioner's restricted list on Tuesday. Vasquez was placed on it due to being arrested on Tuesday in connection with a criminal investigation in Florida. Vasquez is also facing charges in Pennsylvania. There is no determined length of time Vasquez will be on the restricted list. This afternoon with a 3:10 first pitch, the New York Mets will play the final game of a 3-game road series versus the Colorado Rockies. At 78 and 73, the Mets are in 4th in the NL East and are also 4 games behind for the final NL wildcard spot. Meanwhile, Colorado is in dead last in the NL West with a record of 66 and 86. Noah Syndergaard is tabbed as the Mets starting pitcher as he will face off against Colorado's Jeff Hoffman. The game will be televised on Sportsnet New York. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
All right, Norm, thank you very much. Falconer Central School's Junior Falcons football and cheer programs are holding a fundraiser this weekend to benefit local first responders at the newly remodeled Bill Race Field. The event is taking place Saturday from noon until dusk, and it aims to raise money for Falconer and Kennedy volunteer fire departments. Amanda Braley, one of the event organizers, says she hopes the young athletes will learn the importance of giving back to the community. Braley says both fire departments are a huge benefit to the community and always responding to emergencies. The fundraiser is her group's way of showing their support and appreciation. A bake sale, basket raffle, and several 50-50s will be available in addition to a day filled with football. So it looks like it'll be a great time there, Matt. And they just did some major renovations. In fact, renovations are continuing on other parts of Falconer Central School. So certainly,
looks nice.
Yeah, it does.
See the. Have you seen the end zones?
I have. I got to check it out a little bit.
That's very nice.
Yeah, they have a state-of-the-art facility. If you didn't know any better, you'd think it was the NFL.
Wow.
Maybe not that far.
Maybe not that far, but I mean, it's definitely a nice thing for our alma mater.
Yes, indeed. Well, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us one more time with a final look at our weather. And Dakota, how are you staying busy? Let me tell you.
Well, I've been back there twiddling my thumbs because, we don't have a whole lot in the weather. So let's take a look at it. The hourly, or should I say the afternoon planning forecast, yes, this forecast is updated. It looks exactly the same as yesterday. But lots of sunshine, lower 70s through the day. Great. And if you love this, there's more of it on the way. We actually took the rain chance out on Sunday. Looks like the rain's not going to arrive until Sunday night into Monday. Otherwise, that's the only chance of rain on that extended forecast.
Wow. It's crazy. Enjoy this final taste of summer while we have it, certainly. So,
indeed.
Dakota, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's going to do it for us here. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It feels like we're always talking about this. Just search WNY News Now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
I'm going to miss Dakota.
Stay up to date. And today is Maddie's last day here in the studio with us for a little while. You will be up in Mayville covering the Nayla Hadnet trial, which is expected to kick off tomorrow. So certainly we'll bring you updates right here live every day at noon, pending Matt's lunch break from the trial. So
I mean, and real quick, this is going to be an interesting trial. Speaking to the viewers that are watching that may not know, because of the fact that the case occurred a while ago. We have a judge from Buffalo that will be down. His name is M. William Bowler, and I've honestly, until this case, I haven't heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
So how his rules are going to be with certain things, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Of course, I'll tell you all about it.
Right.
But, I tell the guys in the newsroom, just don't expect the unexpected.
yeah, there you go. A phrase from our weather department. We'll see what happens. So either way, Matt, you always do a great job.
Thank you.
Keeping everybody up to date. We leave you with a live look with the HD News Now cam here in downtown Jamestown. Dakota and I are back tomorrow. We'll see you then.